Hey gang, your girl. I'm in my nail room, so excuse this stuff over here. But today, I would like to talk about my labor and delivery. So y'all, where to begin? Where to begin? Where to begin? Where to begin? I'm gonna just start off by saying everything that I didn't want to happen happened. I'm talking about it. Real deal happened. Well, I'm gonna say like 7 out of 10 of the things that I didn't want to happen happened. So y'all, this was, I want to say this was April 29th, y'all. I'm not even gonna say that. Literally, I wanted my daughter to come on her own. I wanted to go through labor on my own. I wanted to have contractions on my own. I wanted my water to break on its own. I wanted to have the whole experience. First, I wanted to have a water birth, a natural water birth. Y'all, this is my first child. I wanted to have a natural water birth, but I couldn't do the water birth because I live 45 minutes to an hour away from the hospital. So I was like, I don't want to change, especially with this being my first child. I really don't know what could go wrong. If anything go wrong, I just wanted to be prepared. Yeah, I know that's why you have the maids there and everything like that, but you just never know. Sometimes the babies do have to get rushed to the hospital, and I didn't want to put my baby in jeopardy because of something that I wanted to do. So we scratched that off the table. Then I was already diagnosed with high blood pressure, which made me a high risk patient. So I was basically on edge for not even getting midwives. So they finally referred me to the midwife center. So I did have midwives checking on me instead of regular doctors. But they told me that I could do natural birth as far as, going through the labor pains and stuff like that without any medication. But yeah, stuff started going left. Now all the way up to when you have to take sorry, y'all, I'm trying to make sure I don't get ahead of myself, and I want to make sure that I'm not too far behind. Like, I gotta let my brain catch up with what I'm trying to say. So if you had a baby before, when it gets closer to your due date that you go to the hospital or the doctors every week to get ultrasounds and things like that. So I was literally 39 weeks and like 7 days or something like that. And I was about to be 40 weeks. And I had my ultrasound scheduled for that Monday, which is the 29th. And I think it was like at 4 or 5 o'clock or something like that, because I ended up leaving early to go to make sure I was there on time. But so I get there to the appointment, and I'm waiting. First of all, I had to wait like a dang on hour just to be seen. Like, it was so annoying. It was so annoying because I'm like, bro, I skipped lunch because I wanted to wait till I got in the city to get food. And I'm thinking my appointment was going to be on time. We're going to get some food and we're going to go home and relax. Or, they just going to tell me like, oh, girl, we going to check your cervix, because, baby, my whole pregnancy, I didn't get my cervix checked at all. So that was the stressful part for me, because of the fact that I didn't know if I was a centimeter dilated. I didn't know if I was dilated at all. I didn't know if I was having real contractions or any contractions. Like, My pregnancy was so chill. The only thing I had was nausea, and I never threw up. I never threw up, but in the beginning I had nausea. Everything else, it was so smooth. Like, I didn't have any crazy cravings. The only thing that I really wanted is stuff that I wanted on the daily. So I ate pickles a lot, which I love, because I always used to joke and say, when I'm pregnant, if my child do not like pickles and I start throwing up, then the child gotta go. Or we just gonna be eating pickles every day, and we're gonna be throwing up every day, because that's how much I love pickles. So yeah, so I used to crave pickles. I used to eat pizza all the time. I love pizza. I used to want Chinese food, and what else? Pizza, Chinese food. I always wanted ice cream, Oreo ice cream. Ooh, and I really wanted Italian ice. Oh my God, I was craving Italian ice my whole pregnancy. Woo, I loved it. I loved it. I actually lost like 20 to 30 pounds while being pregnant, but I didn't throw up. It was just I got full super fast, and I couldn't eat full meals because I would start feeling nauseated. So I could only eat like little snacks here and there or whatever. So I started my pregnancy weighing at 240, 245 or something like that. And by the time it was time for me to have my baby, no, after I had my baby, I was 211. Yeah, so I carried my baby really well. I'm gonna insert some pictures so y'all can see. If you haven't watched my videos like from a couple weeks ago, I did upload my baby shower video, so you can see me big and pregnant, looking cute, you know. Yeah, I'm just thankful for everybody. But anyway, back to the story. So I got there or whatever, and I really wanted something to eat, but I'm like, okay, these people take it forever. So I finally get called to the back. When I get called to the back, you already know when the workers, feel like you're aggravated or annoyed because they try to have conversation with you. Like, mind you, the whole time I'm sitting in the lobby, nobody said, okay, we'll be sorry for the wait, you know, we'll be with you, whatever. Like, other people, I got there before other people who just got there was getting called to the back. I'm like, what's the point of having appointment times if y'all can't get people called to the back in time? But they were short staffed, and I was trying to understand that, you know, they were short staffed or whatever. So yeah, so we get to the back, the lady's conversating with me or whatever, you know, so I'm just like laughing, trying to laugh it off or whatever, and conversating back, and you know, you lay down. So I think I have a video of me in there. I'm not sure. I don't think I have, because they don't really like let you record or whatever, but shoot, I was like, it doesn't matter, because this is my child, and this is a child that I have right now, and this is the first of everything. I feel like people should be able to record, even though I understand that, you know, it could interfere with the equipment or whatever, but baby, something has to give. Something has to give. But anyway, so I'm laying on the table, and she's like, she put the little warm liquid or gel on my stomach, and you know, she has the dowel thing, and she's going around. She see my baby, she sees her head. The first thing she see is my baby's hair. Oh my gosh, she has a lot of hair. Oh my gosh, she's gonna be able to put a whole ponytail in when she get out. All this other stuff. I thought that was really cute, because you could actually see the hair moving in the fluid in your stomach. Like, it was pretty cool. Then, you know, you see her heart rate and stuff like that, whatever. So I'm like, okay, everything's going good. So usually at the end, they just making sure your baby is practicing breathing. So this was like my second to last ultrasound before they was like, oh, we have to induce you or whatever. So my baby was not, her heart was beating, but she was not practicing breathing anymore. So they was like, okay, you know, usually we have to see the baby lungs move for within at least 30 minutes. If they don't move, then we have to put you on another machine, and that'll catch the baby heart rate and stuff like that right away, and then we'll tell you then. So I'm like, okay, tell me then what? And she was like, oh, if we don't catch it after all of that, then you'll have to be admitted to hospital for you to deliver the baby. So I'm instantly panicking. I went from laughing like, yeah, da da da, to, what you mean I might have my baby today? Like, I was not prepared for her to say that I might have my baby today. I was prepared for good news, but I wasn't prepared for it to be like that, if you know what I mean. Like, I already had my baby car seat in the car. I already had her bag packed in my car. So literally, I was just waiting on a date to be like, okay, yeah, you're going to labor. Or if I did go in labor, I already had her stuff. So mind you, the lady got instantly quiet. So that's when I realized something was wrong. And she explained the 30-minute situation. So, of course, my baby did not meet the time frame that they needed her to practice breathing in. So I had to go on the other machine. I do have pictures for that, or video with the screen, the bands on my stomach and this and that. So we get in there, another doctor come in. Oh, we need to let you know, with you being high risk, we don't want you to go past 40 weeks. And with your baby kind of like being in distress, with her not practicing breathing right now on her own, we're going to have to admit you to the hospital tonight for you to have the baby. Mind you, my appointment was at like 3 or 4 o'clock. I didn't get out of there till like 6 o'clock, really. And oh my God, I just started boohoo crying. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, why is she not practicing breathing? She was doing fine this whole time during the pregnancy. Now it's going crazy. Like, what's going on? What's going on? So I'm trying to stay calm, but at the same time, I'm like freaking out because I did not want to get induced. I wanted to have my baby on my own. Like, I wanted my body to do it by itself. But you know, sometimes we can't have everything our way. So I think I called my mom first, and I was just like boohoo crying or whatever, because I already had a feeling that my husband was going to tell me, like, you need to go to the hospital. But I called my mom now, and I was just letting them know, like, yo, they saying that I have to go to the hospital to get ready to deliver the baby, whatever. My mom was like, okay, it's going to be okay. You need to stop crying. You're really not going to have the baby tonight. It'll be most likely like tomorrow, because it's a whole process. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, since I wasn't contracting, or I didn't even know how many centimeters I was or anything, because I haven't been checked at all. Didn't get a membrane sweep. I didn't get nothing. I was just going just to go, pretty much. So y'all, so I call my husband. Then I tell him what's going on, and I'm crying still. And he like, oh, it's okay, you know, I'd rather you go ahead and go to the hospital now and have her than to wait all week, and then, you know, it's a problem later. Because the lady was like, we can rush you while we have a bed open now for you to give birth, or put you in the hospital now, or you can wait in the middle of the week till you come back to your next appointment, and then we'll figure it out then. So I'm like, bro, like, I really want to wait, because what if my water breaks or something on its own? But then I'm like, I can't be selfish because my daughter is not practicing breathing on her own. So my husband was like, just go to the hospital. So I was like, okay. So they took the things off of me, and I'm just crying. I walk into the car or whatever, and I was like, I told my husband, I said, baby, I didn't eat all day. I skipped lunch because I wanted to have a good lunch in the city. So I didn't even get to really eat. All I had was breakfast or whatever. So I was like, before I go to the hospital, I'm going to go get some food. And my mom was like, that's the best thing for you to do, because if you go to the hospital, they're going to tell you can only drink fluids. As soon as you get admitted, they won't let you eat no food. Yeah, I've been crying. I'm trying to eat. Literally, I just got over my doctor's appointment, and they telling me that I need to get induced, because with me having high blood pressure and the possibility of preeclampsia, even though, thank you, Jesus, that he gave me a perfect pregnancy so far, but because I had to do a stress test for my baby, they recommended that we get induced
because I'm 39 weeks today, 0 days, and they don't want me to go past 6 days. So I got us some Wendy's. So we're gonna munch this down, and I'm driving to the hospital because I haven't ate all day really. So I'm trying to eat before I get in there because I don't know how long it's gonna go.
So I was like, okay, bet. So I went to Wendy's. I got me some food. I had got me the $7 big bag or whatever, the biggie bag, whatever it's called, whatever. I still remember I had some nuggets with some sweet and sour sauce and barbecue. Then I had got the Baconator, and then I had got me a pomegranate lemonade. So when I had all that going on, I ate my food, and then I called his mom and I called my other mother-in-law and let them know that, I was getting admitted to the hospital. I was just basically contacted everybody, let them know that I needed to go to the hospital and the reasons why, whatever, got prayed over, was being told everybody, everything was going to be okay. Everybody was being supportive. So anyways, I get to the hospital after I'm done eating. I wait on my husband to pull up, and then we walk inside the building. So when we get there, we told, oh, you have to go to the 4th floor, da, da, da. Now, mind you, this is 2 different buildings. Like, the hospital is one building, and then the doctor's office is another building. So I was like 5 minutes away, or like 7 minutes away from the hospital. So I had to get some, but Wendy's was in the middle, whatever. So I was waiting on my husband to get off work. Well, he was already getting off work to head to me. And we went inside the hospital. So we got in the hospital. We go on, like, I think it was like the 7th floor or the 3rd floor, whatever floor. So we get there, and she's like, oh, you need to sign in. So I sign in with my name and Social Security and stuff like that, insurance, all that stuff. You fill out all this paperwork. So, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie. I got frustrated because I'm like, if I was really in labor, I would not be able to fill out all this paperwork. You got like a packet like this thick of everything that you have to fill out. And then the lady just sitting there, like, she print out a sticker. It's like a paper with like 10 stickers on it with your name and Social Security and all this, date of birth and stuff like that. So literally every paper out of this packet that I filled out, she has to take sticker by sticker and put on a paper, put on paper. I'm like, bro, can you please hurry up? Like, I'm not in pain, but I'm ready to lay down. Like, I'm ready to lay down. I'm overwhelmed. My anxiety is through the roof. And you're taking your time. Wait, which I understand because I didn't want her to rush and then my paperwork be wrong. And then, they taking care of the wrong patient. So, I understand. But I'm pregnant, like, I was pregnant. So we get into the room. After we sign in, we get into the room. So the nurse come in, she introduced herself, and she's like, okay, here's your bag right here in the bathroom. It's stuff to clean up with, change into your nightgown, and we'll be back in. So I did all that and have videos. I to document everything because this is my first baby. I never experienced this before, and I'm never gonna be a first-time mom ever again. Like, I'm never gonna do that. So I had to get all the information that I could. But back on track. So I changed everything and I switched into my nightgown so I get into bed. So the first thing they did, they was like, okay, we're gonna check you. Have you been checked? So I'm like, girl, no, like, I haven't been checked. So the lady wash up, she do all that stuff. She go down there and check me. Are you kidding me? She go down there, she checks. Girl, I'm not even dilated at all. Cervix is on close. Like, my baby could have been in there for like another month pretty much because it was nothing. No type of activity or whatever. So she was like, okay, we're going to open up your cervix and then we're going to have to induce you. So I'm like, oh my God. So she go in there, she get the gel, she go in there. So she put her fingers in there to open my cervix. And when I tell you, it is so much pressure. so much pressure because they push down on your stomach while they're pushing in you. So it's forces coming from both ends. And then she turned her hand like that in there. Yeah, turn her hand in there to open your cervix, like make a circle and open your cervix, right? To get you at least 2-1. So that's what she did. So once she did that, I was so much pain. Like I was in everything. I don't know if I can say that or not, whatever. So I had red fluids coming out, whatever. So then she was like, okay, we're gonna try the balloon method. So the balloon method is they get these like straw kind of things or whatever, and they insert it, and then it's a balloon at the bottom that they fill up with water to weigh it down. So she was like, okay, we're gonna do that. And then I lied. So before all of that, you have to get your IV placed. So they placed my IV, and oh my God, putting it in your hand, it hurts so bad. And I don't even remember I think I had it on this hand. I think so. I don't remember which hand it was in, but all I know is it was hurting so bad. Like, I feel like my hands up here are hurting now just talking about it. But it was hurting so bad. Like, every time I moved or whatever, I feel like it was just like pulling, like it was about to yank out. That was terrible. Then after they did all that, that's when they did the balloon and stuff like that. So after she put a balloon in, it took my vitals and all that stuff and got me into the computer. She was like, okay, you can enjoy the rest of your night, and we're going to she put me on a Pitocin as well. I think that's right. Put me on Pitocin. And I could tell y'all, I have notes here. I was waiting on my other video to download. So okay, so yes, so when I got there, they did everything. So I checked in. I actually got my service checked at 7:45 p.m. and then I got the balloons inserted at 8:45 p.m. So like, them people was not playing. They was like, oh, you're gonna have a baby by tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Like, they was not playing. So after the balloon, I went to sleep. No, I tried to go to sleep for a little bit, but they came back in. They gave me the Pitocin. Pitocin is the medicine that helps you get induced to start your contractions. So I got that at 9:15 p.m. Mind you, this is all happening April 29th. April 29th. Right? So then the next morning, so I went to sleep. I was on Pitocin. My level was supposed to be at 2. I think I went to sleep and it was at 2 or 3. Right? Mind you, it was so much pressure because I have the balloons in that I had to keep getting up and going to the bathroom, and I had to take the whole IV machine with me to the bathroom. It was just so much work. My husband had to keep helping me get up and out the bed. I had to keep unplugging the machine from the wall to use the bathroom. Then the dang finger thing kept coming off, so it'll beep, and then the doctor would come in like, hey, are you good? I'm like, yeah, we were just getting up to go to the bathroom. Anyway, so I went to sleep. It was kind of hard for me to go to sleep because I felt them pains as soon as the Pitocin light got in. I was like shaking in pain, but it was bearable. I'm like, oh my God, I feel these cramps, like, oh, like I need to be numb or whatever. So then the next day, this is the 30th, April 30th. I woke up. They pushed my Pitocin to 4, level 4. I don't know what the levels are or whatever. And then they took the balloon out at 8 a.m. So, baby, I couldn't even get no sleep throughout the night because I kept getting in and out the bed. And when I'm in pain or when I'm having my monthly or whatever, when I did have one, it made me go do number 2 because, you know, you're just feeling all the pressure just coming out, whatever. So, that was just me all night. So the next morning, like I said, at 8 a.m., they had boosted my Pitocin up to 4 or whatever. So by 9:17, they came to check my cervix, and I was already at 4 centimeters. Now, mind you, on 4/29, before I went to sleep, I was only maybe 1 centimeter dilated, where they opened me up to 1. I went to sleep, I woke up, I was already 4 centimeters dilated. That was just from the balloon. So they took the balloon out. Right? So then they was like, okay, we're gonna come in later and we're going to break your water if it don't break on its own. So mind y'all, I'm trying to do this labor thing by myself, as far as breathing, not taking no medicine or whatever. So I'm getting hit with all kind of pains left and right. I'm trying to bounce on the yoga ball. They got like this peanut ball that they put between your legs to open up your cervix so you can have one hip up, one hip down. I'm trying to walk the pain around or whatever. I'm like, Jesus, please help me. Be with me. Then I also did ask for the laughing gas. I had the laughing gas or whatever, so I could just try to breathe that in and keep my mind focused. I feel like that did not work at all. I feel like I was just breathing in air, oxygen, whatever, and it was just not working because, baby, I didn't find nothing funny about that. Nothing. So it was like, okay, around 1 o'clock, we're going to come in and break your water. So I'm like, okay, so I decided to get up and use the yoga ball. Why did I do that? I'll show y'all a video in a second.
So y'all, we have 4 centimeters. I'm on the yoga ball. Still no medicine. You can see the contraction screen back there. They're not too bad, but Lord, I'm not ready for when they get bigger, get stronger.
Y'all, I bounced like 2 times after I got done recording this video. Literally, I bounced 2 times after that, and the ball popped. The ball popped while I was on it. I hit the floor so hard that I was afraid to get up. I don't remember what time this happened. But at the time as well, I was so afraid to get up. Literally, my husband heard the pop, and the nurse was in the room. And she turned around so fast because she was taking her gloves off after she had got done checking me or whatever, and then she wanted to type on the computer where she found whatever. So she came rushing over there. My husband, he was sitting in the chair, so he hopped up. He was like, "Where my wife at?" And then I was like, oh my God, I was stuck on the floor. I was so scared to get up. She was like, are you okay? So she came rushing, trying to help me up. My husband came trying to help me up. And I told him, I'm like, y'all, I'm scared to get up because what if my water broke? Like, I literally hit the ground like super hard. I was so scared. So they helped me get up easy off the floor, and no fluids or nothing was coming out. So thank goodness. I'm not sure if my baby was moving at the time. I was just so shocked that actually happened to me that I don't think I was paying attention to that. So they put me back on the bed, and the nurse was like, girl, you are banned from getting out of bed. You need to stay in one spot because no ma'am, not. Even though she was jokingly saying that or whatever. So she was looking at the ball, trying to figure out how the heck did it pop or whatever. So she was like, do we need to call somebody in here to examine you, this and that, whatever? And I was like, I really don't know. I don't feel any pain, because she asked me, did I feel pain? I was like, I don't feel any pain right now, but I am in shock. So I don't know if when my body calmed down that I'm going to be hurting or what. So she was like, okay, we're just going to keep an eye on you, whatever. So she did have the one lady come in, the manager of the whole labor and delivery area, and she was like, I'm gonna have to put an incident report in because if something did happen or whatever, you report something, I just want to make sure you're covered. So I'm like, okay, cool. I would really appreciate that because this was not my fault. And I don't know how old that ball was, and baby, the lady gave it to me. Like, this is supposed to be a safe zone, but you know, the unexpected happened. So I'm feeling the labor pains or whatever. So right before the lady come in, she was like, oh, I'm gonna break your water or whatever, it's time to come here and break your water. So by this time, my mom had made it to the hospital, and I want to say, no, it was just my mom there. His mom didn't get there yet. Mind you, at this hospital, it could only be 3 in the room. So that was my husband, my mom, and his mom. So we were all in the room or whatever, but they wasn't in the room when that happened. It was just my husband, me and the nurse when I fell on the ball. So she was like, my mom got there right before the lady came in and said that she was gonna break my water. So she come in. She was like, okay, we're gonna decide to break your water. So literally, I was laying on my side. So I adjusted to get ready to lay on my back, and at 150, my water broke. That's the time my water broke. And when my water broke and they checked me, I was only at 5 centimeters. So I'm like, oh my God, the pain is intense. I cannot do this no more. Like, I'm like not yelling to like people looking at me like me crazy, but I'm like in so much pain. I'm like shaking because the vibrations of me shaking was the only thing keeping me calm. My mom was there, my husband was there. They was like, put all your weight on me, try to go limp, you know. I'm like, that's not working. Like, I have to shake my body. I was shaking. Every time I felt the contraction come, I had to shake. So then they was like, oh, we might have to prepare you to go get a C-section because of the fact that my daughter's heart rate kept dropping in and out, and my blood pressure kept going up and down because of how much pain I was in trying to do it on my own versus trying to get the medication. So I kept turning left, turning right, sitting up, sitting down to make sure they get my baby heart rate, but they just couldn't get it. So they was like, Miss Tori, like, if you don't try to control your blood pressure, then we're gonna have to switch you to regular doctors, and we're gonna have to put you in and get a C-section, this, that, whatever. Open the OR. So they literally called for an OR room to be cleared out for me to get transferred there. Y'all, I was crying and shaking in my boots because I did not want to have a C-section. There's nothing wrong with C-sections or whatever, but I just didn't want to have one for my first child, because usually they say once you have a C-section, you have to always get a C-section for every child you have. And we want 4 kids. So I was like, ain't no way. So over here boo-hoo crying. I'm trying to stay calm, but I'm trying to let them know, like, my blood pressure was only dinging when I had a contraction because I'm in pain. Like, I cannot control that. So finally they was like, okay, well, let's just check you. But before that, they was like, oh, well, to bring it down, if it rings high one more time, we're gonna have to take you. So they was like, the only thing we can suggest right now is for you to get the epidural, because it'll bring your blood pressure down and you won't be in pain. So I'm like, this cannot be real. Another thing that I didn't want to do, I didn't want to get epidural. So I'm like, okay, whatever, just call the lady in here because I can't take this pain no more. I was stuck at freaking 5 centimeters for like an hour, felt like. And I was not moving past 5 centimeters, like, at all. But I'm glad that I did get the time to experience what contractions felt like on my own. Well, not on my own because they had to induce me, but I'm glad I was able to feel what contractions felt like before I had to get the epidural. So I got an epidural, but I was trying to wait, y'all. I'm like, if they check me, if I ask for the people to come to give me epidural and they check me and I'm at 7 centimeters, I'm going to be so upset. I'm going to be very upset. So I just kept trying to push through and stay strong, but at least I tried. And that was another reason why I was crying and depressed, because I was like, I really wanted to do this. Like, I really wanted to do it without medication, and I couldn't do it. Like, I felt myself. But, you know, life just be life, and you just have to keep pushing. And I was at risk. My daughter was at risk. So I really didn't have a choice. So I got the epidural. Yo, them people talking about, usually people want us to, they wait till a contraction before we, at the same time as we're giving the epidural. Who, baby, I did not want y'all to voluntarily paralyze me because I wanted to wait till I had a contraction for y'all to put this long needle in my back to numb me. Ridiculous. So I'm like, the longer y'all taking to open up all these packages, I keep having contraction after contraction after contraction. Literally, those contractions was coming like every 3 minutes. Like, it was crazy. So I'm over here, I'm like, y'all, just please, come on, just please. Finally, they put the epidural in. Then they almost killed me because the girl who was in there trying to give me the epidural, it was the actual boss or whatever, and then she had a trainee. After I told them I literally signed paperwork saying I don't want no trainees working on me, because because if something happened to me, my life is not going to be put on somebody who trying to learn how to be good in this field. Like, I understand that y'all have to get good at what y'all do by practicing, but you're not going to practice on me. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. No. So she still had the lady in there trying to tell her what to give her or whatever. She almost gave the doctor the wrong medicine, the wrong thing at the wrong time. Because I guess it's like certain parts you have to do certain things or whatever. So my mom was back there. She was ready to get out of character. But the lady caught on, because she was like quizzing the girl, like, hey, is this what this and that? She was like, yes, this is. She was like, no, I'm listening to this whole time. I'm listening, but I'm in pain trying to stay focused. She like, oh, no, that's not the right thing, because I just seen you put this there and you really supposed to have this here, whatever. So I'm like, oh, Lord, they're trying to kill me. I'm in pain. Like, it's too much going on. They turning me left and right. They want me to, all this other stuff. So I get the epidural. They're like, oh, it should kick in like 5 minutes. 5 minutes go by. I'm still feeling contractions. Still feeling them. I couldn't feel them on my right side, but my left side, baby, it was pumping. It was pumping and it was pumping and it was pumping. So I was like, baby. No, I'm still feeling these pains. It's not working. It's not working. She was like, okay, well, let me come over here and press the button and see if it's going to work. They pressed that button like 50 times. The medicine still did not. It was releasing, but it still didn't take over the rest of my body. So she was like, okay, well, if it doesn't take over in the next 10 minutes, we're going to have to take you down and redo it. Oh! No, ma'am! You are not sticking me in my back for the second time. Because y'all didn't hit the right spot the first time. No, baby. No, baby. No. So I'm over here crying even harder, because I'm like, this is not going well for me right now. This is not going well. So finally it took over my body. And then when it did, my baby heart rate started dropping again. So they was like, okay, turn on your side, turn. They wanted me to pick my body up. I'm like, baby, I cannot feel the bottom half of my body. Like, you want me to pick myself up after I just got epidural? I'm numb. I can't even move my toes, baby. How am I supposed to flip myself from the front to the back? And then the doctors wasn't even working with each other, because we got one doctor over here turning me this way, the other doctor over here turning me that way. Literally, I had to say, everybody stop. Just stop. Which way do you want me to go? You want me to turn right or you want me to turn left? They said turn left. So I had to literally force myself with my arms to push myself while they both hold my legs and turn me. Like, what's going on? Y'all, it was a mess. It was a mess. Then I had 50 million doctors coming in and out trying to tell me who they were. Like, I personally don't think that, like, I know it's protocol that they have to come in and introduce themselves every time somebody come in. But it's like, I'm a mother in pain, getting ready to have birth. How do you expect me to remember everybody's name and what they do and their job title, in this room? Because, baby, at this point, I don't even remember my nurse name. The only reason why I couldn't figure it out is because I took a picture of it. That is it. I don't remember anything else. So I had all that going on because I had the midwife clinic in there, and then I also had regular doctors in there because my blood pressure didn't know which way it wanted to go. So that's why I had like 50 million doctors in there. But I was thankful for the active health, though, and make sure everybody was on duty because, baby, it was scary. So then after they turned me over, they was like, okay, let's check. Oh, you're at 10 centimeters. Okay, so they was like, oh, we're going to do a practice push to see if, to show you how to do it. So, y'all, I had to get turned back on my back because I got turned on all fours because they tried to get my baby blood pressure to go back up or heart rate to go back up. So once it did, she was like, okay, we're going to push you back and see how far you are so we can see if you can deliver. So, y'all, so finally they turned me back on my back and, They was like, oh, you had 10 centimeters, like I said, or whatever. We're going to do a practice push. So I did a practice push, and it was like, oh, girl, you push it like, you go, girl, you push it like you done did this before. And I'm like, in my mind, but not in real life. But okay, thank you. Thank you for the props, whatever. So they was like, Mom was like, yeah, you got it, you got it, you got it. So, okay, I'm like, okay. Mind you, all this is happening from 1:50 in the afternoon to the time I got birth. I was being annoyed. All the stuff going down at one time. So it was like, okay, we're finna get ready to let you push or whatever. So I think I pushed like 3 times. Then my daughter came out at 7:06 p.m. Came out at 7:06 p.m. Yeah, I think that's right. 7:06 p.m. I'm looking at my notes, y'all. Because, you know, doctors, they tell it in, like, military time. So we had to convert it back to a normal human time. So, yeah. So she was born that Tuesday. I was 40 weeks pregnant. Well, I was 40 weeks. Excuse me. I had her during my 40-week pregnant week. And she was born at 7:06 p.m. And oh my God, like, she was so beautiful. So beautiful. Look at this dread. She was so beautiful. Oh my God, like, I was so out of energy. Like, I couldn't really hold her for real. The doctors had to hold her on my chest and, like, just let me take a break. Like, my lips were so chapped. Like, I was crying so bad. I was exhausted from crying, exhausted from pushing, exhausted from all the crap that was going on in the room. And, like, literally, I just had to pray to God during that whole process. I'm like, Jesus, like, please forgive me for all my sins, the known and the unknown. I'm like, Lord, if you take me right now, please protect my child and my family. Like, because the way everything was going around, the way everybody was moving, like, I was so scared. I had to tell myself, like, God did not give me the spirit of fear. Like, if I believe in Jesus, he got me. Like, we gonna get through this. We gonna get through this. And I had a lot of support, but it was just so much going on. And I was really, really thankful for my support team. And I'm thankful for my baby because she, like, really filled my heart for real. Like, really did. And, yeah, she was already holding her head up. As soon as she came out, the first person she saw was her, well, I was about to say was her husband, was her daddy. That was the first person and she is so in love with him today. Like, she loves her daddy. She see him a mile away. She love him. The girl was up. She was lifting her head up. I really didn't have to practice breastfeeding her because, she latched on real quick. Because, y'all, basically, we went 2 days without eating because I ate that Wendy's at, like, 6 o'clock. Oh, no, it was, like, 6 or 7 o'clock before I went to labor and delivery that Monday. I didn't have my daughter until 7:06 p.m. Tuesday night. So we went that whole time without food. We was only able to drink Sprite or water and eat ice. So my baby was hungry. She was really hungry. And mind you, what I got from Wendy's was that small behind biggie bag. So she really didn't even get that much food for real. But yes, she was holding her head up already. She latched onto me, like, pretty quickly. Like, everything was perfect. And I just can't thank God enough. Like, I really can't thank God enough. As far as perfect, with her being born, she was healthy. She is healthy. She didn't have any issues. And yeah, that's my labor and delivery story. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned and be on the lookout for my postpartum video. Yeah.